What is going on, FA Nation? John Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome to the Fantasy Time MLB DFS Game Day Playbook Preview Show. We're here for the Tuesday 10-game main slate, as I said, for the Monday preview show. Last week here of MLB DFS preview shows, final week of the MLB DFS regular season. We'll continue with our MLB DFS playbook content over on fantasystime.com for the playoffs here. But as for our live shows and preview shows, those come to a close. Now a brief hiatus for James and I. We'll be back end of October. Our favorite season kicks off. NBA will be here, and you'll see us doing the NBA content for all of you on the Fantasy Time YouTube channel. But until then, you'll have to go look for our written words over on Fantasy Alarm while we finish out the final week here of our preview shows. James, end of season, any DFS is always kind of a bit of a crapshoot here. Teams who are in the playoffs, teams who aren't in the playoffs, guys that get called up, guys that get sat. We got word over the weekend that the Milwaukee Brewers are not going to allow their starters to go more than 5 innings in any one outing. We've seen prospects get called up. Jackson Jobe got called up by Detroit. He's going to pitch out of their bullpen. One of their top pitching prospects going to come out of their bullpen there. We'll see openers. So, for the teams that have things to compete for, those are the ones we always talk about wanting to sort of key in on, because we could see guys get pitch hit for. We could see a whole bunch of stuff happen as we get closer to the end of the year here. So with all of that said, my friend, 10 games kick us off here. Houston, Seattle, top 2 price pitchers going up against each other in Framber and Gilbert. Michael King gets the Dodgers, your 9K and above range there. I'll say this, taking a quick look, some tough matchups for those top guys there.
Tough matchups, but all meaningful, right?
Yeah.
The 3 guys that you just mentioned, and honestly, you could throw Schwellenbach in that mix too, just considering the stakes.
Yep.
If Seattle swept Houston, well, that's obviously a big deal, because then they would have a just 2-game lead. Or if I think
but even
Houston,
the wild card for Seattle, right?
Yeah, and they're live, I think, 2 games back of the wild card.
Yep.
So this is all meaningful, and typically, Framber at home, pitcher of the month, 1.6 ERA over his last 10 starts, has been as good as anybody across baseball. He is clear cut the best pitcher on the board considering the matchup.
Yep.
I love Logan Gilbert. The strikeouts this year have been amazing for a guy who's kind of been middling in strikeouts for a lot of it. Logan Gilbert's best fantasy quality has always been the innings, because he'll give us 200 innings plus every year, right? Yeah. 200 plus, mid-3 ERA, decent strikeout stuff. Well, we've cleared decent strikeout stuff. We're well into the 200s.
Dude,
well over
strikeout rate, a sub-1 whip.
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, and we've talked about it a lot. He is obviously a beneficiary of his home ballpark. Also has that sub-1 whip on the road. Also, opponents hitting just 202 on the road. So you can kind of potentially chalk a lot of that up to just bad luck.
Home runs, right? 23 home runs.
Yeah, 23 home runs. So I'm perfectly fine getting to Gilbert considering the stakes of this. I mean, they need to win out, basically. I guess not win out, but to have a chance, win as many games as possible, especially when you see the Tigers' rest of schedule, feels like they definitely have a good chance of getting in. Baltimore basically needs to win 1 more, so then that's 1 spot remaining and Kansas City's obviously sliding. Minnesota's been terrible, so the door's open. So I'm good with Gilbert even on the road. Similar with the Padres, where they're comfortable in the wild card, and I'm pretty comfortable. I guess it just depends on what the Dodgers The Dodgers aren't in a position where they're going to clinch the number 1 seed in this spot, so I assume they're going to continue to run their guys out there day in, day out until they have that in the bag, or if they can get that, they will. So yeah, King is obviously in a tough spot. He's been great against everybody this year.
He's had 20 strikeouts in 15 innings versus the Dodgers, so it's not even
right. I mean, it's just 5 home runs.
Yeah,
that's a lot of home runs, and currently he is going against the best hitter in the game in the best stretch he's ever had currently. So Yeah, that's like super scary, but I mean they're all pitching in meaningful games. So I would say King is my least likely to be used. Also, because at any point there's trouble, San Diego can just shrink
Go
you
the bullpen.
bullpen. So
Yeah.
I like Framber and Logan quite a bit more.
Is Bailey Ober the highest roster pitcher in the mid tier? Home versus Miami.
Probably, yeah. Him
12 strikeouts against Cleveland in his last start.
Yeah, I mean, it's Ober, it's probably Brandon Fought only because he's also coming off 12 strikeouts, and that has I mean, this guy has been the most inconsistent pitcher of all time. All year. It's been like super high ceiling, super low floor. We have a 60 fantasy point discrepancy in 2 starts. His last 2 starts is -18 and 41. I mean, that does not get you do not have a bigger discrepancy than that. So I'd assume Ober and Fought get the most ownership, and those probably be the 2 directions I would look at.
Does your boy Bowden Francis finally get that no hitter? Yeah, we got a Boston team, no Devers, no, they're slumping, outside of the Costas 3 homer game largely. Was it they set like an MLB record the other day for like worst OBP for a weekend series or something? They're like 160 OBP against the Rays or something like that. So perfect time for a guy like Bowden Francis, who's flirted with multiple perfect games and no hitters this year. I mean, literally one hit allowed in 3 of his last 5. One of those coming against the same Red Sox team in Boston. Maybe Bowden finally puts a bow on it here.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I definitely have interest. Because again, he just figured out like, oh yeah, I'm good. Nice like midlife realization that like he could just become an elite starting pitcher. Yeah, I mean the strikeout stuff's been pretty good. A little inconsistent. That Met start, I mean, he was perfect until the 9th inning with 1 strikeout. So yeah, I'm good with it. I would say that's a pivot off Ober and Fought, who have just shown like higher strikeout ceilings more consistently.
Agreed. Where do we go next? We've talked Brian Bayo and some of his recent sort of turnaround here. He's pitched well against Toronto in that last start that he had against them. 8 shutout, 9 Ks there. Again, earned runs. He's had a good last like month and a half for Bayo at 77. I mean, I don't know. What are your like? Where's your next play here? Do we play the Mitch Spence home splits against Texas?
You can. He's really cheap. Texas has been decent lately, but Mitch Spence has just in general been good, at least consistent with fantasy production over like double digit 6 straight games of double digit fantasy production. I wouldn't say the ceiling is like anything too high, but he is $6,300. So I would only, and I think you were going to probably go there. Jack Kahanowitz was probably the other guy, and like there is no strikeout upside. He had those 5 strikeouts in like the first 3 innings.
I was
so,
gonna say
like,
he had 5.
He had him early.
He did. He got him right away. Same matchup, right? Same matchup as last time. He only threw 79 pitches in that game, like because he's just a ground ball. He pitches to contact and pitches to get ground balls. So like he should never have crazy high pitch counts because he's not trying to throw strikes. Not trying to strike you out. Rather, he's just trying to get you to hit the ball on the ground. So, we know the ceiling is high, 21, 20 fantasy points at his price tag. He's also giving you 1, 4.5, and 5. So, at 6K, we kind of know what you're looking at, but it is the White Sox, a team that has the worst record of baseball. So,
yeah, they need to lose what? 1 more game, right? Officially?
Something like that.
I think it's 1 more loss to officially
have the worst record of all time. And then in the offseason, they're going to cut payroll. Because why bother? All right, so let's look at pitching here. Catcher, again, big slate, so we'll find some value as we kind of work our way through. We do have Coors Field on this slate. Hunter Goodman's 42. I know we like him versus lefties, not righties, but power, obviously, in Coors here. Jeffers versus Weathers or Vasquez versus Weathers. Get the Minnesota guys against a lefty. Anything else stick out to you here?
The only thing that like sticks out is that Francisco Alvarez is hitting home runs again, and he's really cheap. So, I mean,
Good
you
timing
don't
for his power, right?
good timing for his power. That would probably be the only other thing I'd mention. Cardinals catchers, obviously, Pages has been kind of bad, and by kind of bad, I mean he has been bad.
He's been bad, yeah.
Herrera has been really good.
Mhm.
So I assume Herrera will sit in the middle of that lineup and get as many at bats as possible, but we'll see. But if you do want to spend up in cores, like obviously Herrera is an option.
Great. $7,500 Shohei Ohtani.
I mean, he had like
An 81 fantasy point day.
like again, like that's obviously like not gonna happen often. So like you're paying 7,500 for that day. But like
he did have a 29 and a 35 to follow it up.
is 29 enough at $7,500 on a Coors Field slate? Like doesn't he have to basically like 4 for 5? Like this last game in Colorado or against Colorado, right? 4 for 5, but he needed like 2 home runs and 2 stolen bases to get you like 40. Like I'm not saying it's not. I'm asking what is like the floor you are willing to take 70 like with a $7,500 price tag? Because if he hits 1 home run, that is not enough.
Not enough. It's not enough. You're right. 100% not enough needs. But here's the problem, right?
He's stealing, but he's like
every day he's stealing bases.
I know.
Every day he's stealing bases. So, but okay, a solo base and a home run is 19 fantasy points.
Yes, just barring solo shot, and then he'll be on. So like 21. Let's say it's a walk, stolen base, right?
Walk, stolen base, home runs.
21.
Baseline 21, assuming he homers.
Assuming he homers.
I mean,
because
this day isn't enough. 1 for 5 with a 2-run homer is not. It's not enough.
Well, because we're paying just a price that we've never paid. I mean, he's going to be $8,000 in cores at the end of this week.
Oh, first 8K player ever, right? Probably.
Yeah, I think he'll be 8K because we're getting him 7,500 against like Michael King.
Yeah,
who is a top pitcher in baseball this year, top 15 pitcher in baseball, and he's $7,500. So, I mean,
but here's the thing. Like I tweeted about it. Like he's going for 60-60.
Absolutely.
He's like, you know what? Like I can get there.
Well, he's also like conversely, he's like, we're only 1 game up on the Phillies. Like I'm just gonna get on and run because nobody throws me out this year. I've been caught only 4 times in 56 or 60 attempts. And also everything they're throwing me is hittable. So I'm just going to hit that out of the park too. It's like, yeah, I mean, he doesn't even have to go for it. They're just like, everything's just coming to him for this 66.
6 homers, 7 stolen bases in the last 10 games.
I mean, like just look at the last 6. It's all in the last 6. The last 6, he has 6 home runs and 7 stolen bases in 6 games.
It's insane. We, obviously those who follow us with the NBA we talked about this when it came to like old Westbrook and old Harden when they were by themselves.
13,000. Yeah,
14,000. Like, what's too much? Like, I don't know, John, if he goes for a 2020 triple double, then it's not, you pays it off.
You have 85 baseline in your lineup. Like you can figure out the rest of the builds.
Yeah.
Like it's, I would say the only thing different, obviously, like, for those that don't play NBA DFS is that like Shohei only bats once every 9. Like Harden and Westbrook were touching
4 times.
And Harden and Westbrook were just touching the ball every possession. Like there was not a possession where they didn't have the ball 27 times. Like that same possession. So
right. So okay. Anyways, you
obviously can.
You certainly can. It's a 10-game slate, so there's definitely value
and course.
So to figure that out. Matt Olson against Sevi, Vladdy, Tolia in home 52, Goldschmidt in the Coors Field boost at 51, Christian Walker against Webber, 5K there. Outside of Ohtani, obviously a tier of his own, like any of these other 5K guys?
I mean, of course, but like I don't know if any of them necessarily stand out. Vladdy's been great. Olson's been obviously having a great end to his season. We said it's going to end with 30 and 100. Looked like he had a great year. He didn't. He had a great month. Tolia, obviously, home. So there's power. McGreevy like massive ground ball rates in his 2 outings at the majors. So, Goldschmidt, he's been pretty bad. But if you want to play cores, you can. And Christian Walker. The only thing I'd say about Christian Walker is that he hits righties well. It is Logan Webb though. That's obviously tough. So I don't have like a ton of interest in, but you can always play any of those guys in tournaments.
Obviously, Freddie Freeman has had like a good year, right? It hasn't been anything spectacular power wise. Probably not going to get the 30 home runs.
Nope.
Maybe he touches 100 RBIs, but it's he's going to need to have a good week. Maybe he gets to 90 runs. Like not the greatest season. For a good player for Freddie Freeman, 49 there. I mean, Costas had the 3 homers. He's 42.
Yeah, Francis is allowing he's allowing a lot of home runs.
A lot of home runs and fly balls, right? Like he's not getting a round ball out. So I think that's probably fine. But I'm not really like enamored really with this mid range tier.
No, I just kind of skip it outside of Costas, and then Shenwell is okay against Jonathan Cannon. He's been good. He hits in the middle of their lineup. Carlos Santana continues to only hit lefties. I mean, he is only good against lefties. So he'll get Ryan Weathers, who gave up a lot of home runs in his return.
Yeah.
Weathers was pitcher of the Ohtani game.
Yeah.
Right? The game, like the best game ever.
I don't remember.
I think he was. Even if it wasn't.
I know it was Brujan who gave up the last home run.
Yes, it was. That was yes. Poor Vidal Brujan. He didn't deserve that.
68 up in the zone, and Ohtani hit it 440 feet to the third.
Did not deserve that punishment. Santana, I think, is a great play. Soderstrom's looked pretty good since returning.
And you know what? I don't know if they let Evaldi like pitch deep into that game. Like I just
I would say the only way, I don't know if he has like some innings like triggers that like in his contract, right? Like if he gets to 170 innings, is there like something in his contract that says here's an extra $1 million, Nathan? Like congrats, I don't know, but you also could be right. And it's not like Texas outside of Kirby Yates has a great bullpen, so.
Robinson fell apart in the second half of this year.
I mean, he's also been the same pitcher for the last 15 years, and he got away with it when he was able to, like when he wasn't 38 years old, and now he's like, shoot, I can't do this again. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go on over to second. Again, top guys are all there. Marte, Altuve, Albies is back. Jordan Westburg returned. He's $4,800. Baltimore's got a lot of lefties in Yankee Stadium this week. So,
I mean, Clark Schmidt's been I know it's been something of like that was the Clark Schmidt also has a 2.3 ERA, hasn't really been bad this year.
He was hurt a lot this year. So, like, that kind of set him back a little bit.
I know, but 14 starts. So, like, he's obviously I'm not like comparing it to like a full sample, but he made 14 starts and had a 2.3 has made 14 starts and has a 2.3 ERA. So not like many people hitting him.
Westburg also a righty. I
had
confused him with every other lefty that's going to be in that lineup. But
Westburg
is the righty. He hit second. They moved Gunnar back to lead off the other day. Donovan and Coors. I mean, gotta love the way Brandon Donovan's playing right now to close out this year.
Yeah, he's been great. I don't really have much to add. He's
it's been really good. Anybody else done here for you value wise? Geloff maybe.
Probably Geloff. Cronenworth's been bad, man. Schneider's been bad. Romy will probably be in the lineup, just playing him every day. Hit a home run against lefty the other day. Otto Lopez, 31. He's been good every day he plays. But I don't think there's like.
Yeah, I agree with you. Sounds at second in outfield now. They just keep moving his positional eligibility about. Yeah. Third base, Jazz, your top price third baseman here at 56. Vladdy with the duel, Machado versus Knack, who had a tough, I think, so last start Knack got roughed up.
No, he threw like 6 scoreless or whatever. It was the start prior.
Okay. Yeah, okay. 5 shutouts. Sorry, before that, he got lit up by Atlanta. So anyways, you got him there against Machado, McMahon versus McGreevy and Coors. Arenado returned to Coors. A couple years removed, obviously, but found that there at 49. I mean, Suarez has been hitting everybody, so want to run that out. 45. Big discount on Royce Lewis. I know he has been pretty ugly for a couple of months now, but
he's been awful.
This would be a spot for him to do some damage there.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to play him in another elite spot. So.
You're winning your FSGA, so like you're.
I don't have Royce Lewis in FSGA. That's why I'm winning. Okay. That's why I'm winning FSGA because I don't have Royce Lewis.
All right, I have an FSGA, and that's why I'm in 5th. Sucks. Let's see here. Wait, is Moncada actually back?
Yeah, he's actually back.
Good for him. 0 for 1.
Like he played and then hasn't played since. So I think that there's not going to be much.
He'll be one of the cap casualties. Do you think in the offseason?
Oh yeah, for sure. The cutting payroll. He has to be one of their highest paid players.
I would assume.
If not the highest paid player on their roster.
Yeah, he's up there for sure. I would assume. Anybody else down here for you? Wagaman, maybe Rance Cannon.
Sure. Yeah, There's not.
I mean, it's an ugly value tier, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. Shortstop here, we have Gunnar against Schmidt at 63. Lindor said he does plan to play for the end of the season. I don't know if this is the spot for that, though.
I feel like this has to. If the Mets, this has to be getting close, right? Like this is the series for Lindor to be back.
He said he'll play before. He hopes to play before the end of the season. So
they are 2 games up on the Braves, right? It's not just them. It's obviously Arizona as well. But like this is the swing series. This is the series that matters. If they lose the series, well, good luck.
Agreed. Correa versus Weathers at 49.
Yeah, I like any of the top 4. If Lindor plays, probably the least likely I'd get to, but like we know how good Tovar can be and has been at home. Gunnar obviously has looked really good for like a month now.
Yep.
After struggling, and Correa has been great all year, so I'm good playing any of those top 4.
Cool. NATO obviously versus Cannon 4,300 can always get there.
Yep.
Josh Smith's 4K. Again, I know Texas offense overall has been struggling a bit there. If Lindor's not in, at this point, you just find a spot for Acuna. Like,
yeah.
Right? He's one of your top prospects. He gets called up, and the dude is just absolutely just raking. So I don't envision a reason why you wouldn't find a place for him to play. So
he was in the Scherzer DeGrom deal. I don't know which one it was, but they got him for one of those pitchers, and like they are definitely
terrible. Wouldn't you just like DH Lindor and sit JD Martinez?
Yeah, that's probably. That's realistically that's probably what they're going to do, right? And then you possibly play JD when there's a lefty on the mound or something, where like because you're not playing Winker. They don't play Winker against lefties, so I don't know. But you're also probably correct. If Lindor's back is that bad, why risk him in the field? Yeah, just play him. And plus, Iglesias has been great, so you're also not sitting Iglesias.
Right. Agreed. Yeah, he homered again the other day off a lefty because he's just crazy.
Off Christopher Sanchez, by the way.
The guy who doesn't give up home runs. Yeah. Our guy Mark was I was out to dinner with him while that game was going on. He's like, unbelievable.
Well, he also had the home run and gave up the home run.
He had both. He had the pitcher and he had the hitter, but still, funny that it happened that way. Let's see. Anything else down here? Any value?
Story's been good.
Yeah,
he's been okay. Arcia's only hitting righty still.
Jacob Wilson doing anything? Nah, cool enough. 2 for 4 to walk the other day. Brooks Lee versus lefty, I guess if he's in the lineup, right? 24.
Yeah, he's been.
Yeah, the prospects are struggling right now.
A lot of them. Yeah,
the most baseball they've ever played in their lives at this point. Yeah,
so. and like pressure wise too. Like Brooks Lee's in the middle of a playoff race. Like it's like holy cow, I've never been here before.
Be good. All right, outfield. Otani's up here. Judge is also 7K. So
it's the same. The same situation. He needs a double down.
Yeah, he needs the double down because he doesn't have the stolen bases, right? Like
yes. He's obviously live to double down, but he needs to. You need the 3 for 4 with a walk, 2 home runs, and like 4 RBIs to get there.
Do you think next year he just starts running? He says, "I can do that too," and just goes for it.
Yeah, I think
didn't he have a 20 stolen base season a couple years ago?
Yeah, and I think it also had to do with the toe, right? Because I mean, think about the beginning of the year. People weren't sure like if he'd make it through the season because of the toe.
Yeah.
And he's like, actually, I will. And not only will I do that, I will possibly hit 60 home runs again this year.
We might have 2 60 homer guys, but one of them's going to have 60 stolen bases.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
And Ronald Acuna just sitting there. There's the guys, I went 40-70 last year. Nobody cares.
And both these players, by the way, Judge and Ohtani, both hitting 300.
Yeah. Also, one side of 40, 104.
Yeah. Going to finish third in the MVP. No big deal. Third best player at 40 and 100. I think 100. I think 40, 100, 100. Yeah, he has 120 runs as well.
Missing Bobby Witt on the slate here today. Mookie Betts also as good as everybody, 6K. If you want to run that out, Kyle Tucker's like 4 for 4 for 5.
He's been amazing. Yeah, he's been amazing.
Once my broken leg healed, I was back, so we're good there. Anybody in the 5K range? I mean, shorter list is always who you wouldn't play in the 5K range. I guess Teoscar and like Tyler O'Neill would be the two I would.
I mean, I would only. I mean, I wouldn't be against playing O'Neill because the home runs he's been bad, but like Bowden does give up home runs, so
yeah, but he doesn't hit righties. He only hits lefties.
I know, but he has 31 bombs. Like
there's like 27 reverse lefties. Like
I have a lot of interest in a $5,400 Fernando Tatis, by the way.
Okay. I thought we were going the Santander man who also has 40 home runs.
I would also I'm good with that. I'm good with like you said, most of everyone in 5K. I gave Tatis the specific shout because I do tend to have the knack for attacking Landon. Okay. And I don't think he's a very good pitcher who allows a lot of fly balls and a lot of fly balls to righties. So like I didn't really talk about Machado a lot. Love Machado, love Tatis before, love the Padres. Because I've said it a lot. The Dodger Stadium is a good ballpark to hit home runs.
Yeah. If Tatis didn't get hurt, he might have been a guy with 45 bombs at this point.
I mean, he might.
Did they load the baseball this year and they just didn't tell anybody?
There's a chance.
There's a lot of guys with a lot of home runs this year.
There's a chance.
A lot of guys with a lot of home runs. Byron Buxton versus lefty at 48.
Yep.
You get your Coors Field guys in here. This is a spot to use them because St. Louis is facing lefties the next 2 slates. So
yes, they are.
Burleson, Nootbaar, Donovan, like that old crew. Get them in your lineup now because the next 2 days you got lefties, and then you'll be playing Jordan Walker. So,
yes.
Obviously, you can always go Stanton if you want for power. Butler against Evaldi.
What is it about J-Rod? What is it about J-Rod that he loves like the end of the year? I know Framber's like elite, but like why is he always just good at the end of the season? And then suddenly he's like, oh, like I know he was a bust because he was like the 2nd overall pick in fantasy, but like still,
he probably hits another 2 to 3 homers for the end of the season. Maybe it's couple stolen bases,
20 and 25.
Yeah, 20 and 25, 23, 25.
You're like, oh, you only played 140 games. Maybe if you played another 20.
Yeah, 30, man. And then next year someone buys them for like $40 an auction. It's gonna be great. But great price tag. $3,500 again. Just tough spot against there. Jackson Merrill's 43. If you're gonna go Tatis, you might as well just shove some Merrill in there.
I mean, dude, Profar is 3,900. Yeah. For no reason. He's been great. He's been so good all year. Mm-hmm. No reason. Dominguez has been great lately, by the way.
Yeah, no, I let him go, and he's homer, power, speed. Yep. Let's see. Value tier. So Jordan Walker is there. He's 3,600 in Coors. So Pavin Smith.
Yeah, Pavin Smith's been great. Jordan Walker.
Weiler, 36. Yoshida, 35. You want to just throw some lefties at Bowden Francis there.
Yep.
Willie Castro rather hits lefties as well. $3,500 for him.
And he's been good lately.
Yep. Let's see. Nothing really.
Moniak at 31. He's really struggling, but it's a good spot against Jonathan Cannon. David Peralta. Probably going to be in the lineup.
Sure.
Seth Brown will be in the lineup. Any of these cheap Astros continue to play every day.
Yeah, Oberfito's been slumping.
Yeah,
All right. We liked Ober, and then
Framber. Yeah.
All righty. that means we need to find a little bit of value here. Well, Alvarez, I guess, 36.
Yeah, I was looking to see if we had a punt.
Do we have a punt catcher? Because Herrera is too expensive.
Probably it's just Christian. I mean, Christian Vasquez at 2,400 is probably a good punt. Okay. Gets Ryan Weathers opposite.
Is Del Castillo versus Webb?
No, he's not. He's not even. He's like
no. I saw that Moreno was questionable.
He's in AAA.
He's in Brown. Okay, got him.
That's why I had seen he had one at bat in his last X amount of days, and I knew Herrera was serving as the backup, but sure. I didn't realize Del Castillo.
Okay. Then yeah,
Vasquez is 24. Vasquez at 24. It's a good spot. Weathers is.
Okay, so we have 4,100 then. Where's our other?
I went to second. I figured we'd probably go Brendan Donovan, but 45 is obviously.
I do like Donovan getting some course here. Do we have? We had to have had a value something, right? This slate wasn't void.
There was not a lot of value. I mean, there is Carlos Santana at 35 at first. There's $3,000 outfielders that we could potentially play, like a Jordan Walker, who's probably going to be popular because of his price.
And do you like Acuna?
They're going to play Jordan Walker.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's the end of the year. I mean, it's the end of the year. What is the point of not playing him?
Yeah, I agree. Again, I didn't really care for much, so I guess Santana does work at 35. All right, we got a little bit of money. I think we can fit one spend ups. What's the one spend here? Third base and two outfields.
I mean, do you want to play Newt Bar or something in 3-man St. Louis? They like those players kind of connect.
2K punt third baseman with Ohtani? Do you exist? Kobe Mayo got sent down. All right. So 47.50 third base.
Mayo got sent down.
He did. Do a one comeback at McMahon?
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. McGreevy gets a lot of ground balls, but he's only pitched two games, so it's not like it's a big sample.
Sure. And then I don't know, Merrill. Well, you liked Tatis though, right? If we get Tatis up here, 551.
Yeah.
Where is he? He's 51.
54. He's 54.
I was also looking at third base. I would have never found him. $4,100.
It's a fair point.
Miranda kind of sucks versus lefties.
I don't like this.
There's nothing here on a 10-game slate.
I mean,
do we have to go off Framber then?
No, I don't want to go off Framber. I don't want to.
Okay.
Play.
What if we go off Ober and go down to
Yeah, do your boy Konowitz.
Now we can play whoever we want.
Wherever we want.
How's Jazz been? Terrible.
Play Machado. 2-man Machado, Tatis. And then we have all the money in the world.
5K? Just get something in here. Alonso.
Yeah. I almost would rather
go back down to
go up. We can go up from Walker to somebody, or we can go up from Newt Bar to somebody.
Let's go up for Newt Bar. Where's Carlos Santana? First base. Go up from Newt Bar, 56.
I mean, it's
Santana's lumped too, though. I kind of like the Newt Bar. Let's keep Newt Bar in here. Let's go up. What's catcher looking like? What's that? A $3,900 catcher?
It's just back probably to Alvarez.
Yeah.
Or we play Jeffers in the same spot.
Do you have a preference of Jeffers or Alvarez?
I mean, Jeffers has not been able to hit, and right. Alvarez is hitting home runs. So
works for me. All right. We got Kakanowitz, Valdez, Alvarez, Santana, Donovan, Machado, Acuna, Walker, Newt Bar, Tatis. Example lineup for everybody. Again, trying to get some Coors Field exposure there. Keeping Valdez, hoping that we can get a repeat performance from
Kahanowitz.
We'll figure it out by the end of the year. James and I will be back tomorrow. Appreciate you all tuning in. Get us on X. Get us in the comment section. Get us in Discord. We'll see you guys later.